This is Carmen Lane, NSA 101, and we're just covering right now the Patriot Act form. We've got 3 forms we're going to cover. The first one is going to be the Patriot Act form. So this is what it looks like. When I come to this form in a signing, I'll just tell them this is the USA Patriot Act form. This is what I need to use your driver's license, your passport to fill this out. And so you can see it's got, these are the documents in the first list, either state issued driver's license, an ID card, military ID, passport, USA registration, alien registration card, or Canadian driver's license. So I always warn them in the call, when I call to confirm the appointment, I let them know that they're going to need to provide 2 forms of government issued ID. That's like a driver's license and a passport, driver's license and a social, that sort of thing. And then on this Patriot Act form, there's other secondary IDs that are acceptable. So it could be a social security card, government issued visa. That's like a travel visa, not a credit card. That's a government issued visa. Birth certificate, non-US Canadian driver's license, most recent signed tax return, property tax bill, voter registration card, organizational membership card, bank, investment or loan statements, paycheck stub with name, most recent W-2, home, car, or renter insurance papers, or a recent utility bill. So these are all acceptable secondary IDs. The primary ID, it needs to have a photo ID. It needs to have a picture so you can compare. And so because we're in a pandemic, I'll make sure that they, pull down their mask so I can make sure I see their face and be able to say that if need be, I could raise my right hand in a court of law and say, yes, I, Carmen Lane, looked at the signer's identification and compared it to, compared their face to the ID. So then this is me filling this out, okay? Down here at the bottom, I'm filling it out. Down here at the bottom, you'll see it says signature, printed name, title, and date, right? Well, there's no notarial language. This document contains no notarial language. And so when I go to fill this out and just say that I use their ID and I filled this out, down here is going to be my signature. I print my name. My title on this document is signing agent. It's signing agent, not notary public, not notary signing agent. It's signing agent because there's no notarial language. And then of course today's date. If you have this form, and this form, there's a variety of these forms that come out. If it looks like this, then your title is going to be signing agent. If there is notarial language at the bottom, if this is kind of shrunk up here, and if there's notarial language or a second page that contains notarial language, then yes, you would notarize it, and your title would be notary public. But this contains no notarial language, and so my title here, in this case, is only signing agent, okay? And I would not stamp this, okay? If so, hopefully that's clear for you. Unless it contains notarial language, there's no need to put a notarial stamp, and your title would be notary signing agent, your title would be signing agent, not notary public. The second document I want to go over with you is, this is really common. You might see the 2 of these together in a loan package. And this is a Notarized Identity Form. And so this first part where it says printed name, email, address, this is the signer filling this out. The signer, you hand them this form, this is the Notary Identity Form. So I'll need you to fill this first part out here and then sign. I'm going to witness you signing, and then I'll notarize the bottom when you're done. This is the Notarized Identity Form. I'll need you to fill this out, the top part, and then your signature, and then I'll notarize the bottom when you're finished. Okay, so then Mrs. Signer fills it out, signs it in front of me. She hands it back. And so then now this is me filling out this portion. So state of, and then whatever state that you're doing the signing in this case, I'm in Washington. Pretend that we are in Thurston County, and this again is wherever the signing is taking place. And this is the, oh my gosh, what is today? Today's the 26th day of January, 2021. And so, she provided me a driver's license and a passport. Okay, so I'm just saying that. If she didn't have that, if there was another one that she provided, I would mark other and then describe what it was. But in this case, let's pretend that Jane, Mrs. Signer, gave me her driver's license, a valid driver's license, and a U.S. passport. And so this is me at the bottom notarizing this. So this is going to be my signature. My commission expires. Okay, so I totally did this wrong. This is incorrect. So this is my blunder. This is my blunder for just glossing over it. So truthfully, this would be me printing my name here. And I could just draw a single line here through initial. So Carmen Lane. And then my signature actually goes down here. And if I was paying attention a little bit better, I would have noticed that right away. But out of habit, I did that. And then my stamp. Okay, nice. Make sure it's nice and clear, all legible. So that's how you would do that. The only reason I'm applying my notary stamp here is because it contains this notarial language. If it doesn't contain notarial language, you're not going to notarize it. So this one is done. Another identity form you might encounter is this identification verification and notary certification. So you are taking a look at it, right? So let's take a look. It's 2 pages. Okay, so the second page is notarial. Has notarial language, and this is where I would notarize. So then I would fill this out, right? This is me filling it out. So name of the party, Jane Signer. Driver's license issued by Washington, pretend. So this is passport issued by USA. Okay. Last 4 digits of ID. So maybe this is the last 4 digits of her driver's license. So I'd fill that out. Expiration of ID. So this is this. Does the name on the document match the identification? Yes, it does. Does the address match? Yes, it does. Does the photograph match the person before you? Is that the person in front of you that's on the ID? Yes. Does it match the signature on the identification? It does. Does the date of birth reasonably match the person before you? If you've got a senior citizen in front of you and the ID is for a 21-year-old or vice versa, that's where that would come into play. And so if there was a second party, you would fill that out. So for us right now, our example, there's only one, so I'm going to put a line through that. Or you could just leave it blank, whatever you prefer. And then the notarial form. So this is me filling this out. So this is my name. This is my name as it's written on my notary stamp, right? Best number to reach me. My mailing address. So I'm just filling that out. Olympia. So you would never leave this blank. You would fill this out. So this is for a notary for, well, we're in Thurston, and I'm actually a notary for all over Washington, not just Thurston, but I'll put Thurston here because we're in Thurston, and this is state of Washington. Or for Washington State at large. Okay, so 01/20/2023 is the expiration date on my stamp. Here's my signature. And then my notary stamp. Look at the small little space that they give me for that notary stamp, so I might do it just right below, okay? If they don't give you enough room, I guess I could have done, squeezed it in there, but these lines would have been in it. It's your call. I worry about being able to fit it perfectly in there. This works. This suffices. Okay, this would totally suffice. But the main point is to take a look at the document. If there's a notarization required, then yes, you would notarize it. If there's no notarial language, then you're not going to notarize it. So see the difference. So this one is a Patriot Act form. This Patriot Act form contains no notarial language, so therefore I'm not going to notarize it. My title on this one would be signing agent. Over here, it does require notarial language. Notary public is my title. Here's my signature, the date my commission expires. So on this one, the signer fills it out, and then they're saying, I hereby represent that all the information above is true and accurate, so then they would sign, and then down below is you notarizing. Okay, so hopefully that is clear for you, clear as a bell. And if you have any questions, if you get an assignment and you're not sure what to do with it, don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call your hiring company. They should be able to explain to you documents if you're unsure what to do with it or what's required, or if you feel like a page is missing, whatever. If you have any questions about the documents that you've received in your loan signing package, pick up the phone and call your hiring company. You don't have to guess. You don't have to wonder and worry. Get those questions cleared up in your mind before you head out the door and head to your signing. Okay? Hey, this is Carmen Lane, this is a 13-minute video. I think this might be a record. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you again.